Hello everyone, and well, let me double check everything. I do not see the monitor. Yep, there we go. I am good. So let's go ahead and jump into game 3 in this series here between Th000 versus Mood on Nomad Isle. Nomad Isle 1.2, I believe. I don't know of any other versions of Nomad Isle, as Th000 spawns on the bottom right-hand side of the map, excuse me, as the purple human player. Meanwhile, we see off over here to the top left, or what I'll call the 10 o'clock position, we see Moon spawning as the red Night Elf. Night Elf versus Human, Game 3 in this Best of 7 series. And what more could you ask for from the AWC Finals than two powerhouse names in a Best of 7 series, all tied up already at 1 game apiece. Looking at what Th000's bringing to the table, it looks like he's opening up with the traditional Ultra of Kings Barracks farm build. Not really that many variation in terms of builds. Things don't really start to deviate from those plans, and still sometime around the 2-minute 30-second mark. I know Night Elf players can go for a later Ultra of Elders as part of their openings, but I would be very surprised if it was anything but a Demon Hunter, since the Demon Hunter is such a powerful early melee hero and also shuts down not only the Archmage but that Mountain King as well. We saw some crazy antics in the first 2 games, and I am now really looking forward to what we have in store for this final game here, as this peasant will be coming up the ramp in just a moment and spotting this Ancient of War. Now, I never quite noticed this, but the starting location does look a lot like Turtle Rock over here. Wait, no, oh my gosh, this is Turtle Rock. I am sorry. I am going completely bonkers. This is Turtle Rock. This is not Nomad Isle. I'm just like, wow, this starting location really looks like Turtle Rock, and I've never noticed it. Well, this is because this is Turtle Rock, and, well, casters can make mistakes. Footman now making its way out across here, as the Archmage is going to be trying to militia creep down this giant sea turtle camp. So far, a scout farm has been placed down that will give very good access and insight into what's going on inside the other base here, as this poor footman is not going to be able to do much of anything. He may try to take down that Ancient of War, but that Ancient of War is just going to root itself, get a lot of armor, change to fortified armor, regenerate hit points because he did start eating a tree moments ago. And now what are we having next? Alright, let's take a look. It looked as though there was perhaps a detonation. A Mantle of Intelligence dropped for Th000. So Th000 getting a Mantle of Intelligence, an additional +3 intelligence, +3 attack, and also an extra 45 mana that will make a very big difference later on, especially as you consider the actual or the passive mana regeneration on that Archmage. Will it come back to haunt him as the Demon Hunter does want to try and mana burn? Alright, back over here you can see there is a bit of a scouting wisp down over here, making sure or keeping track of what's going on here. You can also see a scout farm is being taken down by the archers. Nope, now it's going after that peasant purely, and that peasant is going to just try to suicide straight up onto those turtles. No, he's not going to suicide on the turtles, going very slowly, and the archers are just chasing, buying Th000 even more time to militia creep out of creep camp that he really has no business creeping at this point. With a level 1 Archmage, he's now going to get to level 2 and try to take down a gargantuan sea turtle. This is huge, folks. Getting this creep camp this early in the game is going to give him a tremendous advantage, as the militia are all walking back. Potion of Invulnerability, Manual of Health, very nice item. Meanwhile, that Demon Hunter looking for the Boots of Speed will be able to pick them up first, but he's not going to be in that good of a position. You can see that there are archers off over here. It looks as though, yes, we are setting up an expansion, and this is absolutely crazy, as the Demon Hunter now runs in here to try and go after this Town Hall. Town Hall quickly getting cancelled there, as the archers doing that piercing damage, and now we are going to be going after a scout tower instead. It looks as though this peasant going to try to make its way in. It looks like it is going to get taken out, giving level 2 to that Demon Hunter. 200 experience on the button, on the nose, as we are now looking to see where well, Ancient of War just taking down this farm off over here, as well as the archers are now running away. That one Archmage does have Boots of Speed, so it could get some extra damage. Just needs to take down the lead archer. It is not going after the lead archer, instead going for that back one, and that Archmage is not going to finish off those archers as the archers get some moon juice. Back over here, you can see an Arcane Tower is up. Militia now being brought over. The Demon Hunter now doing a little bit of an engaging here, back and forth. Mantle of Intelligence and Circlet of Nobility, along with a Staff of Teleportation, as finally the Ancient of War gets taken down. Alright, this Arcane Tower looks like, oh, beautiful positioning here, beautiful positioning, and that was one of those micro moves that didn't look like very much, but if you noticed, he purposely pulled back with this peasant, making it so that the Demon Hunter couldn't make its way through. Eventually, he replaced that peasant with another footman to help save against the other peasant. Alright, help save the other peasant. We are now looking at perhaps a Demon Hunter taking a little bit of arcane damage there. That is going to perhaps start melting away some of that mana pretty quickly. Meanwhile, the footmen are going after the archers. The archers do not have to worry about defend yet, as the footmen have not teched it. More footmen are still being trained, and this is a problem for Th000. Th000 right now is going to get that economic advantage, and he should be able to get that momentarily, but the problem is that because there are no mercenary camps, he is very, very behind in tech. Unlike Twisted Meadows or any of the other maps that have mercenary camps, you can try and hire up mercenaries in order to make up for your lack of tech. Troll, Shadow Priest, Mud Golems, both of them very, very strong units, and I know they are not nearly as strong as, say, the actual priest or the actual priest or actual sorceress, but it is an acceptable replacement for the time. Coming back over here, we are now looking at Th000 sitting on an economic advantage, double the amount of gold right now being harvested, as we're looking at the footmen trying to engage. This is just not looking good. Oh, Archmage being the perfect general, getting his body in harm's way to prevent that Demon Hunter from getting any more experience and the kill there, as the archers are now coming in. There's a quick mana burn, and what is going on here? That one footman now very low on hit points, trying to run back, gonna get taken out. No, not taken down by the Tree of Ages. That Tree of Ages could have done 49 to 60 damage. If it had dealt just a little bit more, it would have fallen. Alright, footman now trying to run back here. That Demon Hunter now up to 280 experience. We are now looking at a Tree of Life being placed down by Moon. So Moon taking a play out of his opponent's strategy, setting up an expansion, and Moon is the type of player known for ninja expansions. Also, the Ogre Magi has yet to be taken out. This means that that Watcher Ward could still be used, and I'm quite surprised that no one is going for it. That is a main highway between these two bases, and being able to keep track of it would be a very, very important just defensive position, knowing when your expansion is going to be threatened. Alright, Archmage should be dropping in a Water Elemental here in just a moment. There it is. The Water Elemental taking a bit of damage. Meanwhile, there is a Wisp off over to the side. The Wisp may not know about it, or may not see the rest of this creeping. I do not believe it is within sight range, as the Archmage is now putting down the pressure. Alright, Rune Bracers, very nice item if there was actual hero nuking, but with between Breath of Fire and Mana Burn, it simply isn't enough. Guard Tower now being constructed. You can see the arcane damage going after the Panda. The Panda now very low on mana, down to 90 mana, will have enough. Oh, a huge Scroll of Town Portal straight up on top of the units. A very, very low hit point Water Elemental finally getting taken down to look like by Abolish Magic. Meanwhile, the Arcane Tower now going after that Panda once more. Scroll of Town Portal being used as Moon realizes that he's overcommitted to that fight, backing off. 600, 700 gold almost, sitting at 39 supply. Meanwhile, 37 supply at 250, and we are looking at this Tree of Life, who should be uprooted and now making its way back over here. Let's take a look. There is not much left for this particular creep camp, and now this Ogre Warrior may actually take it down. Artificial Nightfall just a little bit too late, as this Tree of Life should be making its way over here in just a moment to try and clear out that 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock position. Blacksmith now being added. Most likely a workshop will be added as well. It will be mortar teams and casters. Where is that double arcane sanctum? Double arcane sanctum should be started here in just a moment. Though doing a good job just trying to maintain his economy and not fall behind yet. All right, Panda now making its way off to the north. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3. No scroll of town portal as we see an Ancient of War eating its way through these trees here. This is not going to be good for Moon, but this is actually buying time as he is off on the far side of the map trying to set up an expansion. There you go. There is that Drunken Haze. A little bit of dodging or missing now coming in as well. We should be seeing also a Rune of Healing as there goes Django Endurance. That's going to be faster attack speed, faster movement speed. There is that, I believe there was a Rune of Healing. No, it was not used just quite yet. That Tree of Life still tanking and absorbing a whole bunch of damage. Meanwhile, back over here, Naga Sea Witch has been picked up and now going after that Ogre Magi. That Naga Sea Witch should be able to finish it off pretty easily. Yes, the Rune Bracers was sold. Not a big surprise there as we now have Scrolls of Healing being picked up, and that makes a lot of sense. Scrolls of Healing being picked up means that Abolish Magic on a Water Elemental, giving in additional experience all the way across on the other side of the map. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3. Panda sitting at level 3 as well, and that Demon Hunter moving around so quickly. Very fast attack speed, very fast movement speed, going after all these units, and now also getting a Ring of Regeneration. One of my favorite items, but apparently not one of the favorite items of a lot of professional players. Tome of Experience now being left behind as well. Panda, Demon Hunter easily picking that up. Now getting up to level 4. Oh, beautiful, beautiful scout out here by Th000, suspecting something was wrong, wondering what his opponent was up to, sees an expansion, and now this entangled gold mine is going to, well, get saved. The Dryads are there with that quick Abolish Magic, dealing so much damage, and now this Archmage who is attempting to try and run away, even with slow poison, as the Dryads are fairly fast units. No, decide to back off here. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter and Panda sitting at 4-3. Staff of Teleportation coming back all the way to the other side of the map. Archmage is in position and now clearing up some of the creep camps, as well as the Naga Sea Witch using those cold arrows. Not quite sure why, as that Naga Sea Witch really needs the cold arrows for the upcoming engagements, perhaps dealing a little bit of bonus damage here. The Naga Sea Witch should be able to get to level 3 off of this creep camp if that Archmage keeps his distance. Archmage, however, very close to level 4 as well. Both sides are on a creeping battle, and this is a good time to evaluate what their strategies are going to be. You can see the Tree of Life here. Also, what are we looking at? We are going into Moonwells, dual Ancients of Lore. We are going into Bears. Bears are very important in the matchup, as you need beefy units that can absorb damage and that are not so fragile and vulnerable to the mortar teams. You can see a quick scroll of or Rune of healing up all the units here, and at some point I believe we may see a transition into Spellbreakers. Spellbreakers are generally an okay unit at this point, especially if you're going up against Bears. The Bears will pretty much never have enough mana to cast Rejuvenation, but the Bears do deal bonus damage back to those Spellbreakers, so it is a little bit of give and take as the Archmage now runs back. Water Elemental still sitting at level 2 or tier 2. Naga Sea Witch now sitting at level 3, so with stronger cold arrows and perhaps even Fork Lightning, some interesting damage could come across. We are looking at the Gargantuan Sea Turtle now getting taken down, both sides getting very high level heroes. Panda sitting at 4, Demon Hunter sitting at 4, and the Archmage now trying to clear out pretty much one of the last few high level creep camps. The only one left, I believe, is this one here, which I believe is in Moon's territory. Alright, in terms of creeping out creep camps, I believe we are split, just down the middle split. No one has a clear advantage, as if you split the map in half and talk about clearing creep camps, I believe each side cleared their own. Wait, no, this orange creep camp has not been cleared. This one has been cleared. Has not been cleared. This one has been cleared, so that gives a little bit of an advantage to, I believe, the Archmage, as the Archmage now just going to be going into mass towers. Alright, arcane towers being constructed all across the map. You can see quick damage being dealt to that Ancient of War. It falls down, and now these guard towers will go up. We are sitting at level 2 Masonry upgrade. We are not going to tier 3. And some players ask me, why don't players often go to Tier 3? Well, Tier 3 does not have an immediate benefit. Also, if you consider the amount of gold that it costs to get to Tier 3, it is extremely expensive. Getting to Tier 3, I believe, costs 385 gold, which is about 38 seconds worth of mining off of one base. We're now looking at an engagement down over here. The Scout Tower going to quickly get canceled. Arcane Tower now onto the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter pretty much now out of mana as we're looking at an engagement here. Mortar teams now coming in, and this is a bit of a shaky scenario. All right, there's a Breath of Fire, and it looks like the Arcane Tower is going to survive. Wow, random number generator all the way to prevent that one Arcane Tower from being destroyed. This Arcane Tower needs to be repaired as well, as another base could be established here. Though setting up bases in multiple locations, meanwhile, we can see that Moon does have a good idea of what's happening there. There goes one Wisp. Another Wisp may get taken down as well. That Wisp is on the run, and no, it is not going to be able to scout out anything at all. Down over here, the Tree of Life now training up more Wisp as well. And what is happening here? Oh, all the Wisp are now just making their way out. It is going to be a pure detonation battle. Fork Lightning. Archmage is going to be out of mana in just a moment. There you go. All the casters out of mana as this nice Staff of Preservation saves another unit. Both the Panda and the Demon Hunter have Staffs of Preservation as the Spellbreakers are now being added. Level 5 now on that Demon Hunter. Level 4 on that Naga Sea Witch, or just about. Level 4 on that Archmage, where you need to see another unit. There it goes. The Naga Sea Witch now sitting at level 4 with a whole bunch of mana, with that pendant of mana or pendant of energy. And is it going to perhaps focus down? Yes, takes down the Panda sitting at level 4. Archmage sitting at level 5. There is another Fork Lightning, and even with all of that detonation, it still did not look like enough, as another Staff of Preservation. That Demon Hunter looks like he will be able to get away down to 177 hit points. And now the expansion of Moon looks like it is ready to fall. Mortar teams, and lots of them, 3 of them in the back, just absolutely shelling out the location. Detonations now coming a galore. Archmage pretty much going to be low on mana. Naga Sea Witch pretty much out of mana at this point, as we're seeing slow come in. That Naga Sea Witch needs to get off an attack. If it can get another slow attack on there, that is going to slow things up just a little bit longer. The Priest is right there getting in some damage. The Sorceress are not getting in another cast there. The Spellbreakers could have tried to pad this Demon Hunter, but it looks like it will be able to escape and get away once again. Alright, we are still sitting at Tier 2. No tech to Tier 3, sitting at low upkeep. 40% more mana a minute. So what is that? 840, or not mana, gold a minute. As Moon did set up a second expansion, but this is going to quickly be destroyed as well. Moon now in trouble. There's a Scroll of Town portal. There's some massive repairing going on by the Wisp, and there in comes the army. The Panda back already into action. There is a Drunken Haze. Are we going to see a Breath of Fire? Yes, we do. Level 5 now on the Panda, and this is looking absolutely crazy. We can see Flying Machines are in the background here. Demon Hunter trying to engage. The Panda still sitting at level 5 with that Endurance Aura, dealing so much damage, and now another Breath of Fire hitting across multiple units here. Alright, the Druid of the Claw looks like it could get taken down. And as these Druids of the Claw are taken down, why isn't this one Druid of the Claw getting focused at all? Too much focus onto the Demon Hunter and not enough focus onto the Druid of the Claw. That would have been a huge loss, and just even more experience, as the Demon Hunter now still with Ring of Regeneration, and now after using that Potion of Greater Healing, still in this fight. Naga Sea Witch getting in a bit of cold damage here. The Panda looks like it is going to get taken down. No, Staff of Preservation saves it, and we finally see a bear go down. After so long, the Archmage and the Naga Sea Witch still sitting at level 5 and 4 respectively. I'm sure they would be much further along if that other bear had just been taken out. A 4 food unit could have been killed rather easily. Now, coming back around, you can see that the Spellbreakers are continuing to give chase here. Spellbreakers now running back away. Where are they going to be going next, as the Druid of the Claw backing off here? So far, the Tree of Life down to 400 some odd hit points. It looks like it will get taken out here in just a moment. 3 mortar teams just lobbing those shells, and down it goes. Alright, Archmage, Water Elemental 5 and 4 respectively. The Priest are upgraded at Adept Training. We are now finally going into Castle at the 19-minute mark in this game. as the Demon Hunter now tries to rejuvenate and get back into this. He's sitting at 62 over 70 compared to his opponent sitting at 79 over 96. He is just a lot of supply behind right now. What is it? 62 compared to 79, a difference of about 18, and that is more than just the workers on the field, as another expansion is slowly being established by Th000. Th000 looking very strong here, and it looks like he's just going to sit back and start to relax. His expansion already here up and running, that third base, and meanwhile we see another base down over here. Also, this gold mine is about to run out of gold, and we're now looking at an engagement here. The Dryads are actually in a very dangerous spot. They are just coming in from the far side here. There's a Drunken Haze, there's a Breath of Fire. So much damage to be had, damage over time, and now a Scroll of Healing to counteract that Breath of Fire. Alright, do we have another Scroll of Healing? No, we do not. Panda gets taken down once more, and I believe that is going to be it. The Archmage sitting at level 5 does not get to level 6. Didn't need to, and Th000 now has taken a 2-1 lead in this best of 7. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 3. Please stay tuned for Game 4.